Now everyone here knows Shah Rukh Khan, right? Well, everyone except the interviewer at Met Gala. But in reality, it's a well-crafted personal brand built over the years. What if I asked you to name your favorite brand? What would you say? Now think about why that brand came into your mind. Now what if I told you, you are a brand too? Sounds funny, right? A few days back, I visited my college, where I did my master's in visual arts. There was an exhibition by the graduating batch, and it was so refreshing to see fresh, new creative voices. Now, while I was there, I caught up with some of my teachers and mentors who helped me and taught me back in the day. Now, during our conversation, a few of them mentioned that they have been watching my YouTube videos. Now, they said that they really like my look in the black shirt. It adds to the consistency and also creates a recall. That kind of detail will help your presence and help you reach a broader audience. Of course, I'm not so popular on YouTube or anything yet. I mean, many of you really watch the full videos of mine, but you still don't subscribe, give it a like, and definitely you don't share. But hey, who's keeping a track? Anyway, that little exchange with them made me reflect on something bigger. Every little thing we do, the way we talk, the way we show up, the way we walk, what we wear, how we interact with people, everything adds up to a personal brand. Which brings me to the topic of today's video, how to build a personal brand. Let's go. Now everyone here knows Shah Rukh Khan, right? Well, everyone except the interviewer at Met Gala. But for the rest of us, even his name is enough to evoke a full picture in our mind. His acting, the movies, his walk, the way he interacts with people, the way he conducts interviews, it all feels effortless. But none of this is unintentional. It feels like his aura. But in reality, it's a well-crafted personal brand built over the years. If you go back in time and watch his early TV shows or movies, you probably wouldn't even recognize him. He didn't just evolve as an actor, he shaped how we perceive him. And that's exactly what we are diving into today. What if I asked you to name your favorite brand? What would you say? Apple, Nike, Starbucks, or even your favorite coffee shop? Now think about why that brand came into your mind. It's not just about their products, it's about the feeling that it gives you, the trust, the consistency, and the value that it represents. Let's take a few examples. Starbucks gives feeling of comfort and belonging. Nike gives grit, empowerment, and excellence. Apple stands for innovation and simplicity. Now what if I told you, you are a brand too? Sounds funny, right? Whether you like it or not, you are being perceived every day by your team, by your clients, by strangers online, or even by opportunities. When you apply for a job, pitch your startup to the investors, even when you are writing your dating profile, you are not just presenting some facts about yourself, you are marketing your value. So now the real question isn't that you are building a personal brand or not. The real question here is, are you being intentional about your personal brand? Now let's understand, what is personal branding really? Let's simplify it. Personal branding is an intentional and strategic way of showing to the world that who you are, who you stand for, what you stand for, and the value you bring. It's about making sure that the people understands your strength, personality, and what makes you different in both personal and professional life. It's how people perceive you when you walk into the room. And even more importantly, it's what people say about you after you leave the room. As Jeff Bezos once said, your brand is what people talk about when you are not in the room. Now here's a twist. Branding used to be just for companies, products, and celebrities. But this digital age has changed everything. Social media, search engines, podcasts, YouTube, they have turned all of us into public facing personalities. Now every time when you post, comment, or introduce yourself, you're creating a digital version of yourself. And that version is what the world sees. That means you have both opportunity and responsibility to shape your narrative. Now let me ask you this. What is the first thing that people do when they hear your name? They Google you. Let's be honest, we all Google people. And that's your first impression now, not your handshake and not your resume. It's your search results. And guess what? If you haven't taken control of your personal brand, you are letting other people or random algorithms decide how the world sees you. And that's the risk you cannot afford anymore. And I keep hearing this all the time. But I missed my moment. It's too late to start. I should have started years ago. Let me say this loud and clear. It is never too late to build your personal brand. You can be 18, 38, or even 68. Your story, still matters. And trust me, someone out there still needs to hear exactly what you want to say. Now let's burst some myths real quick. Myth number 1. I am not an influencer, so I don't need a personal brand. You are wrong. You already have a personal brand. The question is, are you really in the control of it? Whether you are an entrepreneur, manager, artist, or an employee, your personal brand shapes how people trust you, refer you, and remember you. Myth number 2. I don't want to be fake online. Good, because that's not what personal branding is about. The strongest personal brands are based on authenticity, not by faking it. No filters and no hype. Just simple clarity about who you are and what you stand for. Myth number 3. I already have a job. I don't need a personal brand. Yeah, right. Even more reason to build one. Your personal brand is your career insurance. It opens doors you didn't even know existed. Speaking gigs, investor calls, mentorship, and freelance clients. And there is a lot more to it. And in a world where industries shift fast, your brand keeps you relevant. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is today. Now, here are 5 phases of building a personal brand. So, let me ask you, how do you build a personal brand? Now, let's be clear, it's not about posting selfies or chasing viral trends. It's a process, a journey. And like any journey, it has stages. Let's discuss the phases of building a strong personal brand. Number 1, intention. This is where it all begins. Before the post, before the logo, you need some clarity here. Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? Your vision. Who am I trying to help? That is your purpose. What value am I bringing? And that is your value. Your personal brand starts from the inside out with who you are and what you stand for. Number 2, foundation. Now, this is your digital home base, your social media profile, LinkedIn, bio, Instagram, all of it. Every piece should align with your intention. Nothing should be random. When people discover you, this is where they will land. So make it consistent, make it clean, and most importantly, make it true to you. Number 3, attention. Now you have built the house. It is time to invite people in. Start showing up. Share your stories. Create valuable content. Share your insights. Don't wait to go viral and don't wait it to be perfect. Just be consistent and just be real. Attention comes from visibility. Yes. But even more than that, it comes from relevance. Show the people who you are by being yourself. Number 4, conversation. Now this is where things really get exciting. Now you have earned attention. But what do you want it to lead to? Maybe you are building a business. Maybe you are looking for speaking gigs, clients, or funding. Maybe you just want to create impact at scale. Whatever your goal, your personal brand becomes a bridge. It turns into action. And that's the power of alignment. And number 5 is, of course, retention. Now, getting attention is one thing, keeping trust is another thing. And this is where long term growth lives. Show up consistently. Deliver what you promise. Be there for your audience, not just for the reach, but building a relationship with them. Because your personal brand isn't just a movement, it's a relationship. And all the kinds of relationship in the world are built on just one thing, and that is trust. Now let's discuss what ways your life changes when you build a personal brand around yourself. Number 1, you attract aligned opportunities. When your brand communicates who you are and what you stand for, the right people will start finding you. Clients, collaborators, mentors, and even sometimes unexpected partnerships. You no longer chase opportunities. Opportunities chase you. Number 2, you build trust at scale. Now people buy from people they trust. And the personal brand helps you build that trust before the meeting even happens. It's crazy, right? Whether it's through your story, your content, or your consistent presence, you are giving people reasons to believe in you. And that trust, my friend, translates into business, growth, and credibility. And that is huge. Number 3, you take control of your narrative. Let's be honest. If you don't shape your story, someone else will. Personal branding gives you the power to own your voice. You decide how you are seen. You decide what gets amplified. You decide what legacy you leave behind. And there's nothing more empowering than that. Mistakes to avoid while building your personal brand. Now we talked a lot about how to build a personal brand. Let's also discuss about the mistakes you should avoid while building your personal brand. Mistake 1. Being inauthentic. Trying to sound like someone else will exhaust you. Trust me. People crave realness, not perfection. So don't build a brand you will have to act to maintain. Be real. Mistake 2. Inconsistency. One week you post, the next week you disappear, or your messages keep changing. Brands thrive on consistency. You don't need to post every day. Even if it's one post a week, just keep showing up. Mistake number 3. Focusing only on vanity. Followers, likes, virality. These are just metrics, not meaning. Real brand value comes from impact and engagement. Focus on who you are helping, not just the ones who are watching. So here's where I'll leave you. Your personal brand isn't about ego, it's about ownership. Ownership of your story, ownership of your voice, ownership of the impact you want to leave behind. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You just need to be clear about your values and bold enough to share it. Start today. Start with what you know. Start with what you believe. Start with one post, one story, one conversation. Because the truth is, you already have a brand. And now it's the time to make it work for you. Thank you everyone for watching. If this video gave you confidence or clarity, drop your thoughts in the comments. Share it with someone who has been overthinking their first step. And of course, subscribe if you want more actionable content every week. Let's build your brand, your future together. Let's build together. And I will see you in the next video.